Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have more crazy news regarding, leftist judges and activist judges. And we're going to find out, I'm going to show you everything that is regarding this type of situation here. Because this is insane. We have Mexican gangs that are offering up to 50K bounties for ICE agents. So we have that. And there's a lot of people in the last video that were claiming that this was not happening. But I can't clarify how that is considering we have actual information going on here. And then we have an activist judge wanting to specifically remove barricades from the DHS. So again, this is a huge issue here. Let's go without further ado. Let's get Judge at the end of this. We have this here from Fox News. Says Mexican gangs offering up to 50K bounties for ICE agent assassinations in the U.S. DH says. Now, this is not just Fox News talking about this, all right? So if you guys are going to say, well, you're good at this Fox News, like I don't like Fox News either, but it's also from the actual Homeland Security. And if you nut jobs, you leftists don't like Homeland Security because you're against Homeland Security, well, then you have AB7 News also talking about this. So I don't know about you, but perhaps maybe 3 different articles portraying this might show you that this potentially might actually be true, along with other things as well. So first, we're going to do the bounties from the DHS or Homeland Security because this is probably the most accurate information we're going to get regarding this type of situation. Says here, bounties originating from Mexico offered to shoot ICE and CBP officers in Chicago. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, aka DHS, it has obtained credible intelligence indicating that Mexican criminals, in coordination with domestic extremist groups, have placed targeted bounties on U.S. Immigration and Customs, aka ICE, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection, aka CBP, personnel. These criminal networks have issued explicit instructions to base sympathetics, including street gangs, in Chicago to monitor, harass, and assassinate federal agents. Specific details from ongoing investigations include spotter networks. In neighborhoods like Chicago's Pilsen and Little Village, gang members affiliated with groups such as Latin Kings have deployed spotters on rooftops equipped with firearms and radio communications. These individuals track ICE and CBP movements in real time, relaying coordinates. This surveillance has enabled ambushes and disruptions during routine enforcement and actions, including recent raids and under Operation Midway Blitz. Tiered bounty system. Cartels have disseminated a structured bounty program to incentivize violence against federal personnel, with payouts escalating based on rank and action taken. $2,000 for gathering intelligence or doxing agents. $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assault on standard ICBP officers, and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. Important in Chicago, Antifa groups have provided logistical support such as pre-staged protest supplies, doxing of agent identities, and on-the-ground interference to shield cartel-linked individuals from deportation. These criminal networks are not just resisting the rule of law, but they are waging an organized campaign of terror against the brave men and women who protect our borders and communities. Our agents are facing ambushes, drone surveillance, and death threats, all because they dare to enforce the laws passed by Congress. We will not back down from these threats, and every criminal terrorist and illegal alien will face American justice. DHS will not be deterred by these threats and calls on sanctuary state and local leaders to cease policies that embolden criminals. What we need to do, Donald Trump, is arrest these people, okay? Like, what are we doing here? Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, these people need to be arrested. Full stop. Like, how can we have these people start advocating for violence, inciting all this stuff, and not arrest these people? At this point, they're putting people in danger, all for what actual reasoning? What are we doing here? Like, and a lot of you leftists are going to say, well, there was none of this happening when Biden was in office because you guys weren't being pushed against. We guys won, so you didn't do it. And they weren't attacking you when things went bad either. But now that we're actually enforcing law and doing things, you're becoming violent because you're pushing against the wall. And by the way, the Virginia governing situation and all that is not looking good for you guys either, because the Attorney General is looking to win. And if you guys lose the governor race in Virginia, you guys are cooked anyways. This is not acceptable behavior. And the more that the Republicans gain power, I'm hoping they have a spine, unlike Donald Trump and Kristi Noem have not been doing, or Pam Bondi have not really been doing as of recent. They should probably get off their asses and maybe, and just maybe, call me crazy, arrest these people. Start going after labeling charges against Presker. Start labeling charges against Mayor Johnson. Because at this point, these people are a detriment to our country and to society as a whole. What are we doing here? So this is what's going on here with these people that have been arrested. Obviously, this was something that happened from the Latin Kings, where we're putting county bounties on this. Now, we have more from this, all right? We have Broadview ICE protest zones shrink under new mayor executive order. So it says here, Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson announced Monday that the village is shrinking designated protest zones outside its ICE facility following a chaotic weekend demonstration that led to 15 arrests. The Thompson said the protest at the ICE facility degenerated into chaos, adding that 10 of those arrested were around the age of my own daughter. As a mother and a mayor, I am mad at what happened, Thompson said in the statement. Broadview didn't choose to have the ICE facility in our community, but it's here, and so are Broadview residents. Under new executive order signed by Thompson, demonstrations will now be limited to the safety zone located directly at the ICE facility on Beach Street. The previous protest area on South 25th Avenue between Lexington and Fillmore has been eliminated. Thompson said the decision was made in consultation with the Illinois State Police and the Cook County Sheriff's Office. It has been only God's grace alone that a protest has not been struck and killed by a motorist on 25th Avenue, given how frequently protesters dash onto this busy four-lane street. Well, these are the rioters' problem. These are not protesters, by the way. These are rioters. This is the rioters' problem. This isn't like the fault of DHS or anybody else. Like, God forbid, like, if you're going out to protest and then you get hit by some vehicle because you're out on the street, that's not anybody else's fault but your own. Like, if I'm going to a place that has high radiation, and then they're saying, like, oh, don't go there, you might get cancer or you might die from this, and I go there, well, who's going to feel bad for me? Like, what's the point? Like, I should have gone to the place that they warned me that there is going to be radiation or what have you that is going to give me this type of cancer, right? Like, this is my fault. These are the rioters' fault for going over there. Now, like, if you're attacking somebody, again, I'm going to make another example. If you're attacking somebody and then you get offlined, it's not the person that offlined you because you attacked them. No, you should have just not attacked the person and you wouldn't have been offlined. But unfortunately for you is that you attacked this person and you were offlined, and therefore it resulted to a tragedy. You have to own up to your own decisions here. And what the mayor is saying here is saying, oh, I understand that you guys are doing this, but guess what? I feel it has to be the DH's fault for when they get run over by a vehicle because they're standing on the street. Completely insanity here. While reaffirming her support for peaceful demonstrations, Thompson condemned violent behavior at recent protests and said her top priority remains protecting residents and first responders. I respect, support, and defend the protests for free and peaceful speech against the outrageous injustices and deplorable, unprovoked chemical arms attacks by ICE agents against American citizens, journalists, and ministers that put Broadview police and firefighters in harm's way. They are not putting police and firefighters in harm's way. In fact, you're aiding and abetting Antifa here. A group called the Coalition Against Broadview ICE Facility said it rejects Thompson's order and argued it diminishes the voice of protesters. So, again, that's what we have here. Well, we have an update to this. So we have from Nick's order saying, following an activist judge's order, DHS is now removing fencing around ICE Broadview near Chicago. This comes just days ahead of mass No King's Day riots. Judicial tyranny is going to end up in ICE agents being removed, or what I would call offline. A National Guard is needed now. This is what's happening.
Del mic. Sound test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Arbitrary line, man. John freaking out. How far are you allowed to go?
I think this is right here.
Come on, right there. It's okay.
I was looking for my people that are arrested.
No, yeah, by the state police. They'll fucking take you.
For 3 weeks now.